push those boundaries for him.
Yeah, I actually agree. So the Orianna ban, I know Keane can play LeBlanc. Maybe they'll ban it away. I think you don't let Slooshi pick it for himself without some very smart counter pick prepared for yourselves. Teammate take plenty of time. Talk about dark horses. Hecarim banned away. Hauntzer not going to get that one. And now for one final ban. Is it LeBlanc? Will they first pick it? Will it go away? That's where my attention's turned toward right now, and it is LeBlanc. All right, so they push Slooshi around a little bit.
Let's see how far they could push him when he will drop to.
Other things he's played: Zed, Ahri, Kassadin, Lissandra, Corki, and Lulu in week 1, which he lost with. That's the rest of Slooshi's champion people we've seen so far.
I feel like with the Urgot ban, they may be expecting it and going for the Zed early, but they are red side and they could save for the counter matchup. Let Gravity show at least one solo.
I like this ban right here on the Sejuani. I think that was the one big first pick that Gravity could take. I think Teammate, like, even though they chose Rek'Sai last time around, I think they should go for Sejuani, and it's a big champion for Saintvicious too.
With the amount of variance on the new patch with champions, the one thing that most people agree on is that Sejuani is ridiculously powerful as a jungler right now.
Yep.
So, not going to be on the board. Very good ban for Team 8. And Gravity go for some team fight power here. We've seen so many Rumble players just take over the game.
Yeah. And
all you need, really, is 1 or 2 good mid-game ultimates because you win an entire team fight off of a good ultimate from Rumble.
It's true. And we're going to see which one that Rumble ends up being. Hauntzer's played it once. Keane's played it once. We'll see who ends up getting the champion here. Teammate, though, they do go back to the Rek'Sai. Porpoise still wants to play an early aggressive jungler, wants to go for those plays. Dodo gets his Morgana, and Gravity actually steal away the Graves that Maple's played so much.
Yeah, I like what Gravity are doing so far. They are keeping this Rumble just in case the Zed pick does come in. Keane will run it into Zed once again, or they can flex it up to top, and they're already taking away pieces of Team 8 strategy. Give him a little taste of Soraka, just mouse over at once and...
Thing is, I don't think Teammate's going to pick Soraka. They've actually already made fun of Dodo multiple times in person in front of me about how they played a scrim and they watched the replay and Dodo healed 0 times during one of the team fights. They're like, why did we lose this battle? They realized that Dodo didn't do anything. They're like, you're never playing Soraka again, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. And yes, if you don't heal people, then you have a bunch of low health teammates and you can run around really quickly.
That's true.
So you retain your speed boost.
Static Shift Soraka, new meta. Luden's Echo
Electrified bananas.
Yes. Oh, man.
All right.
Well, Teammate, one of the Freljord Queens is banned. Pick up a different one. The Ice Switch, Lissandra going to be here.
Interesting.
Is she going to get himself that one? The Lulu Hover, I saw, but they don't go for this one. So pretty team fight focused, the ability to get into these fights. Definitely here for Teammate.
And a ridiculous amount of protection for maplestreet. Not only is Sivir a very defensive champion with a spell shield of her own, but also the Morgana Black Shield on top of it. Makes it very hard to lock down Sivir with all these tanks that are bringing just crowd control.
Yeah. Well, we got to see what happens, though. Gravity with a squishy soul inner in Rumble. He can disengage a bit off Equalizer, but a champion that can be caught, certainly, with On the Hunt. Last few picks for Gravity. It's going to be a mid lane Vladimir and jungle Nunu here. So heavy magic damage AoE.
Yeah, and they're not going with lockdown, right?
No.
It's pretty much all on Bunny FuFuu's shoulders, which if you're going to put it on one person, your skill shots, and you're going to bank on somebody, Bunny FuFuu's Thresh has been amazing thus far. But besides that, it's going to have to be Gravity are going to have to pick their fights in small corridors if they really want to control the battlefield, because they can't contain a Sivir sped up team, especially since there's Morgana Black Shield's going to be roaming around here.
Yeah, this is
They don't have to use the territory to their advantage because they do have plenty of zoning tools.
Yeah, in terms of like 5-on-5 power, you like the AoE comp of Gravity. Whole bunch of burst, whole bunch of area of effect, physical and magic mix. Team 8, though, have the ability to pick their fights, actually. Gragas top comes in, so they are going to play a carry top laner. No tanks on the Team 8 lineup whatsoever. The only durable member really is Saintvicious on Nunu, so explosive fights for sure. Teammate getting the ability to pick their fights, I think, more easily.
And yeah, Nunu does get very tanky, especially with Cinderhulk and the passive of chomping on the elemental packs. stacking up now. But they're just, I feel like there are a lot of options here for Teammate, as you said, to choose the way that the fight is going to go. Because they're the ones with the huge AoE disengage as well from Gragas.
Yeah. Sivir run away, Morgana Black Shield to target who might get picked.
They just have so many options for when they want to actually fight.
All right, well, we'll see if the choices are good enough here for Teammate. The champs have been locked in. The crowd is here. We're seeing the blue side crowd. I do like that we have the individually colored lights. Just by where you sit, you're already a fan of one of the teams. Shuffle around if you don't want to vote for those guys or root for them overall. But coach is going to meet LS back in the building for Gravity this week. And potentially both these teams' final games of the split here. Now as the champions are locked in, head over to Twitter and lock in your votes. Tweet hashtag GVWin or hashtag T8Win to @LOL Esports to vote for who you think is going to win, or hedge your bets and vote for both. We won't tell anyone.
All right, so let's see. Saintvicious on Nunu.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what kind of early control he can get, because again, pairing Nunu with Vladimir, I do like the concept. They have tried it. Vladimir has a very big presence in mid lane. While he doesn't have that kill pressure like an assassin does, he has just the annoyance factor of a massive sustain AP mage in the mid lane that constantly will be shoving turrets and open up the Nunu to really establish that strong vision control that he needs to work with.
Yeah, I just realized there's a really heavy synergy between Saintvicious and Keane. Blood Boil should be more effective on Vladimir.
Okay. Or would it hurt him? Would he just spontaneously combust?
His W's on a lower cooldown.
Hidden, one of those hidden passives where it's 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here, actually. A bit of an invade here from CaliTrolz and the rest of Team 8 into the blue buff side of Gravity. Now, this is, again, one of those CaliTrolz specials that we were looking for. No other top laner in the North American LCS using Gragas right now. Does have the percentage health damage, but Cali has been building a full AP and been able to dunk 80 carries, 100% burst them. So you do have to watch out for that melee threat. And sped up by Sivir, he'll be a much more mobile melee threat.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to really worry about the burst damage coming through from all these guys. Speaking about bursting, just checking people's runes and such, both mid laners running full magic resist glyphs. They're aware of all the threat. Looks like Hauntzer in a similar boat. CaliTrolz as well, 40+ magic resist on everybody. Late invade counterattack here, Teammate, though. Spots Saintvicious, forces the flash from Bunny FuFuu. And Saint's going to have to also 2 flashes. Teammate re-invade their own jungle and get the Gromp.
Really strong early game here from Team 8. Not only do they get the flashes, the Nunu jungle delayed will be huge for Porpoise. Rek'Sai with a pretty big impact early on. Her ganks will be very scary, so we'll have to see if Gravity laners start playing a bit more defensively. Up in the top lane, it is that 1 versus 1, though. Very rarely do we see the Rumble versus Sivir starting out on equal footing.
And I actually like Rumble in that matchup. Sivir can't spell shield Flame Spitter, and her range is so short, she's in range of it at all times. Meanwhile, Cop is actually freezing the bottom lane himself, which will make it a bit difficult for CaliTrolz to get farm, especially with Bunny FuFuu zoning him out like this. But keep in mind, it is a flashless support down here. So if Porpoise comes back down in the next 4 minutes, there's kill pressure.
So Team 8 just got a whole bunch of information. Not only did they chase Gravity out of their own blue side jungle, they also have the strong side on the top side of the map here. You can see Dodo keeping watch over Saintvicious' blue and alerting Porpoise, knowing that Saintvicious still not over there to grab the second buff. This could very well be a 3-buff start for Team 8. And Porpoise hasn't even had to skip his own red, gone all the way around.
Yep. Well, Porpoise is here for the extra buff. Problem is, though, the top laners are still farming unequally. Dodo's hoping to double jungle. Hauntzer getting pushed in, but who cares? He's going to get plenty of farm. As you just saw CaliTrolz get pushed around.
Also, look at this interesting, really early recall here for Cali. If they're bringing him up to the top side, they may try and pressure this turret very early. Remember, it was a blue buff that was easily given over to Cali as well. This is a blue buff Gragas that's coming up to the top side.
Yeah, it's difficult though because Hauntzer's already level 4 here with his one-on-one lane not getting pressured. That is a fairly difficult champion to dive. Just the health you gain.
How many times have we seen dives go wrong on Rumble and the game be decided for it? They are going for it though.
Yeah, same level as Maple. 3, 2, and 1 also behind. Now, how fast will the push come in? You notice these guys are hiding from the tri-brush in case there's a ward. Now they reveal.
Does expire. Can
Okay,
Dodo
Hauntzer.
hit the binding here?
They cut the minion wave. Here they go. Who's going to pull aggro? It's going to be Porpoise. And there we go. A whole bunch of damage. Rek'Sai likely to fall for the turret shot. He will. First blood goes over, but a buff transfer to maplestreet.
So I thought they were going to have one of the ranged champions grab aggro first. Dodo threw out an auto attack just barely too late. The auto attack didn't land before aggro was drawn by Rek'Sai, but he threw out the auto attack first. Now, if you use your ranged champion like that, she can sit on the edge of tower aggro and make sure she doesn't dive, whereas the melee champions are the ones having to commit much deeper, and they should not be the ones tanking in these turret dives. We've seen so many of these fail against Rumble, and teams still not using their safer champions, the ranged ones on the outside, to tank the aggro early.
And misplay by teammate. Overall, that kill trade is worth 50 more gold for teammate. 50 gold difference there for that one. Really not a big deal. Meanwhile, Gravity took Dragon down. I also like that they only had Nunu and Thresh kill it. Cop stayed in lane. Didn't miss gold, didn't miss XP. Hauntzer TP's back top lane. He's
Advantage.
2 levels up on CaliTrolz with first blood gold, giving him Sorcerer's Shoes.
Yeah,
Difficult for teammate.
It was a very huge commitment from teammate that backfired. After their strong early start of chasing Nunu out of their own jungle. Let's see if this works on Keane though. Locking him down.
Oh. All right, both summoners down.
Porpoise used his flash in the tower dive, failed escape, so no flash to follow up with Unburrow there.
Yeah, just now a summonerless Vladimir, and you wonder, can he keep pushing now at this point when he's got to be afraid of the Rek'Sai ganks coming in over time? maplestreet had a recalled for pickaxe, same for Cop, but it's of course a double buff AD carry, so we'll see if Cop likes this fight at all.
Not going to enjoy his life too much here. A Sivir that's already got a level lead and shoving into the turret with double buffs. Very annoying. Bunny FuFuu, though, going to do his best to help out with the CSing. Targon's under turrets is always beneficial. I do like the early visit from Team 8 towards the mid lane to try and take some of the wind out of the sails of early game Vladimir. Vladimir at his weakest stage before he can get the low cooldown on Q. So nice early visit there to reduce a lot of the pressure. Not only did he get flash, it was Ghost as well, by the way. So gonna have to have some support from Nunu to get the wards up.
Yeah. Well, Nunu right now, though, is still flashless when you consider that most of these lanes have crowd control. Saint will have to be a bit afraid about where he goes for the next 30 seconds. These flashes should be timed, and teammates should know when Nunu can actually turn aggressive, when he can flash on you. Bunny's flash is up thanks to his masteries in the utility tree. And we're seeing these lanes pan out. 400 gold lead for Gravity thanks to their mostly minion leads here. And otherwise, fair matchups.
Yeah. The experience lead is in favor of Gravity for the top lane. However, obviously Team 8 in favor on the bottom lane here with Sivir already 6. Yeah, so that means that the pink ward in this tri-bush for Gravity probably won't provide them a whole bunch of pressure. Usually, pink ward's down around bottom lane. Uh-oh. Porpoise heads in.
Gonna try for it. Ooh, nice get away by Cop. Flash by Bunny FuFuu was used, but Lantern keeps Cop safe.
So pretty much, as soon as it came back there, actually had it about for a minute, Bunny FuFuu. Gonna have to blow his flash again. So the early exit wasn't that big of a deal for him.
Right, Hook so far not landing, but also you're seeing Maple not spell shield them ever, seeing that they will not land.
Keane
Straight
going
back and forth. Yeah.
Early magic resist as well in this lane.
Yeah.
Just to make it really, really hard for Slooshi to accomplish anything.
I've seen a couple different builds on Vladimir. The one I saw most recently was from Faker, where he did Spirit Visage first in AP lanes. Yeah. And then you go out from there. Of course, Vlad's passive, you get ability power for health, so it does give him some more damage, his kind of build. Keane likely to stay safe here. Slooshi going for Merlinomicon will be getting a blue buff here as well, so plenty of mana on him. Saintvicious gonna sweep away a pink ward and get a bit of an aggressive ward of his own.
Yeah, gonna try and intercept the second blue spawn, but unsuccessful there. Was alerted to the location of the other pink ward as well.
Yeah.
Rek'Sai another visit bottom. Now Thresh with no flash should.
Oh! maplestreet, thankfully heals before the Ignite hits him, but he's got to run away from this one. Will not be able to participate anymore. Bunny FuFuu, one hit from dead, but teleport, no, canceled in the top lane. CaliTrolz ulti stopped Hauntzer, and that's going to be a kill in for Dodo.
That range knockback from Gragas. It looks like Hauntzer just forgot about it, or is unaccustomed to playing against top lane Gragas.
Who is?
He tried to channel the teleport in the middle of the lane, I believe.
Yep.
Saw him there well away from the turret, and Cali just lobbed a cask right on top of his head. Big pickup there for Team 8, and that is going to be a nice snowball here for their Sivir. The first turret's going to get knocked down. Let's see what they can do with this. Nunu, by the way, during this venture bottom, Porpoise showing up again, has taken the opportunity to try and get some buff control back in his favor. Saintvicious going in here. The only drawback here, looks like his Sightstone is already out of wards. I don't think he's got any charges left in it. Anytime you do go venture into enemy territory, love to try and bring some of those along with you.
Well, right now it's only one ward placed on the map. I think it just hasn't backed since he first bought the thing.
Yeah, it hasn't recharged. He doesn't have any charges in it, so
they got swept away. So we'll need some time to get his wards back in. Porpoise shows up, says, "That's my jungle. What the heck?" Gets a raptor. All right. Warrior enchant done, by the way. Porpoise actually, thanks to his 2 assists here, actually quite a lot of combat stats. Rek'Sai, of course, still. The reason fighter junglers were so good back in 5.4 and before was their early pressure. People thought if you play tanks, you can't withstand the pressure. Your lanes get jumped on. You can't fight back. You can't counter jungle them. You just lose the battles. And Porpoise hitting those early stats, you think, can he make some plays with these?
Plays have already been made.
Make more plays.
With his focus.
Don't be a one-hit wonder, Porpoise.
He's hit bottom lane multiple times, and now he's turned his sights towards the top side, which is a much, much taller order because Hauntzer is a beast. Spell penetration completed. Early level advantage due to the failed dive. And let's see what Gravity can do with this, because they do have Dragon Timer. They do have vision control of the area.
They do.
And they have a level 9 Rumble, so it should be fairly easy Dragon control for them. And this is the plan for Team Gravity. As we said, they don't have a lot of tools for choosing engages, but they have great scaling as well as neutral objective control. With the Nunu and with all of the zone control from Rumble and Vladimir, their plan is to stack up dragons and create the pressure mounting as they get towards number 5.
Absolutely, but at the same time, Team 8 recognized no TP for Hauntzer, had to lose it, and so they sent Porpoise top, left CaliTrolz up there, and said, well, we'll get a turret for it. At least they get a trade right here. Turret kill for a turret destruction buff. I guess that's somewhat equal in merit, maybe.
Well, the thing is, by going top with everybody, they leave the bottom side of the map undefended, so we'll see. Undefended, not for long. Porpoise, huge advantages of Rek'Sai. You're able to make cross-map plays like that and save your low health turret.
And maplestreet, good spell shield. All right, keeps this turret alive, but it is down fairly low. 2 turrets to 0. Team 8 doing a good job of this one so far with all their various lanes of pressure. AD carries on equal builds, and Saintvicious.
Impressive from Cop.
Yeah.
Double buff Sivir he was facing with the level advantage and the lane presence.
Yeah.
Still able to keep up their NCS.
Well, Saintvicious, by the way, is not hidden down there. He blood boiled Cop a second ago, so they know Saint was there. Ooh,
got money off of the
Dodo knows both were there.
Spell Thieves, yeah, got both ticks.
Actually, no, one of them already left. He only got 1 tick, I think. Looking at like the number of stacks up in the item, but ooh, Hauntzer getting a ward kill. We're back to this, really, guys?
Man, they're using the Fed Rumble here really well. Winning the ward wars. But Hauntzer, unprotected by a turret, definitely needs to defend those wards with his life.
Well, thankfully for him, Flash and ulti are available. Can maybe defend himself. Cop will be given an early red buff. He's going to be happy about that one. So, Sivir, you can walk in a lane with buffs. Well, so can I. Thank you very much, Saintvicious.
And Slooshi, we had questions about Slooshi, you know, because the biggest games where he's performed have been on the Orianna LeBlanc.
Yeah.
But staying even in CS here with the Vladimir, the constant shoving, Lissandra also doesn't really have problems wave clearing, spamming out Qs all day.
Really.
But Nonetheless, impressive performance so far here. We'll see if you can find the mark when we get to the team fights.
Yeah. So, word's going down. These guys are pretty much playing for vision control right now. Of course, double Sightstone. Porpoise just finished Warrior first. Saintvicious is going to finish Thunderhulk second, and now they're pretty much on equal footing. But I want to see sort of how the rotations come around, because 2 outer turrets gone from Gravity means Team 8 has so much more room to go for the aggro plays, go for these dives that aren't even really dives because there's no turret there. It's like the shallow end. And so far, though, it just seems like Gravity are allowed to sit in the lane phase, lick their runes under a 1,300 gold deficit, and go for plays late. That bind's going to hit, though, onto Keane. Knock up as well. Really good damage coming through. Lissandra ulti on top, and wow, the 3 of them together. Nothing Keane could have done.
Great ward on the other side of this wall here. Set up an easy binding from Dodo. And great collapse here from Team 8. That's going to give them mid-lane pressure. This is something that Gravity were not accounting for in the early game plan. Is the Vladimir lane turret to be under pressure. That mid-lane turret, very important for the early game here. They instantly call everybody up to defend it.
That's true, but right now, you're seeing bot lane shoved in by Sivir. She's coming down to mid. By the way, wave clear for Gravity, not really existent. There's no good long-ranged AoE save for Rumble and Graves ultimate, so this is a turret that is not conscionably defensible. And Team 8 get all 3 outer turrets 15.5 minutes in. Pretty much that cost for a dragon or 2.
Yeah, a large amount of territory opened up for them. But again, this Gravity squad's pretty hard to move out of those lanes if they just decide to go farming route. And 2 dragons already under their belts.
Yeah. What I think it means, though, because of this Team 8 engage potential, because they can pick fights, outer turrets down means it's easier for you to ward. You tend to have the lane control, which means you tend to be able to get the wards in safely. If you create a big patch of fog of war around this dragon in a minute and a half, what can Gravity walk forward with? Just the immobile Saintvicious? Like, he's tanky-ish. He's got Merc Treads, maybe, but...
Let's see if they can gain that vision territory. Because Porpoise is making his first attempts into the backside of Dragon.
Ooh, what a hook by Bunny! Puts in the Lantern. Porpoise, that play was great, but whoa! Cup misses! Gets the kill anyway. Waits for a Lantern on the way out. But hold on, Maple's here. Cop will have
save him too.
Oh no, Maple gets caught up though. Saints here. Channels the ult. Maple's gonna go down. That's a 2 for 0. Slooshi's in a bad spot now as well. Keane's gonna make it a 3rd. What a misstep by Team 8, and Gravity pick up a lot.
So putting your hard CC all on Bunny FuFuu, gonna pay off here. And that's the thing, invading an enemy territory, yes, there's no turrets. There are defensive wards though. This is a quick double Sightstone team.
Yeah.
They already have defensive wards in their own jungle, and a huge heads up play from Bunny FuFuu. Cop almost making it for naught, but he did jump in. Dodo here, very risky to go for that.
Gets crit the flash play! No ulti available for Cop, though. It will get out. Trades the flash out for that one. Mid-turret stays alive, but Dragon's in 20.
Very bold play there from Dodo. Able to save his turret, though. So he took a really big risk going for that and getting first down. But didn't pay off. Here's the hook from Bunny FuFuu. Follow over. Cop's got his back. Great play, and it should have been dead right there. But the extra commitment works out in Gravity's favor as they sort of draw more members of Team 8 in. maplestreet pops the ultimate as well as Slooshi. Cop's able to get over. Started the dash right when the Lissandra ult was cast, and there is that delay before the stun hits. I believe it's like 0.6 seconds before the stun actually lands from Lissandra. And he was able to make it over onto the other side, so that meant no escape from maplestreet. You flash over onto the other side, you've got Cop to deal with. Yeah,
well, very well played game so far. Gravity in position for Dragon number 3 for them. And off those 3 kills, by the way, they've pretty much tied up the gold game. And the bottom outer turret going down as well, finally off the kills. Yeah, nice surge of gold for these guys. So.
Yeah, and there it is, the game plan. Sustain King, able to get pressure mid. They've got the Nunu. Teleport in from a Rumble, and that is ridiculous dragon control. Rumble teleport is available. Right now he's gaining advantages up in the top lane though, so it should not be Gravity to start it up. They just want to wait around, waste teammates' time. Here comes the teleport, though. That's the initiation.
All right, 3-4-man ult from Keane. In comes the fight. Dodo, though, hooked in, ulted out by Cop. That's the kill picked up. Scattered by a Gragas ulti, but not a fight that teammate are able to take whatsoever.
Gravity chased him into the jungle corridor. And Hauntzer just lays down an equalizer. A little bit overlapping on the walls there, but didn't matter. So much AoE. Cop able to add some as well, and they clean it up. As Dragon number 3 and Pink Ward number 5. Just made that up.
Yeah, sure. That sounds about right. I trust you, Kobe. And the gold lead finally here for Team Gravity, sitting at 30K right now. Only 29.5 in this game, looking pretty good. It's a team that relies on the enemies to make plays for you in a way, but those things have happened.
Like I said at the beginning here, this is the neutral objective control squad.
Yeah, sure.
And getting the first dragon was really the toughest part. Now that they had the timer on cooldown, they've got the Vladimir pressure mid.
Show up and team fight him.
Rumble, we just saw, able to chase him into the jungle corridors.
Yeah.
Good execution so far from Gravity. Let's see what teammate can do to bounce back. Still even in gold.
It's true.
So the true power of those dragons, not really stacking up quite yet. Still very early in the game. But it is gonna be a big issue very, very soon.
And I gotta wonder as well what it means for teammate Psyche here, where they've basically gone 0-4 in the past few fights and just kept hemorrhaging kills away, despite the fact that they should be engaged, they should find these fights, they just can't quite now. So I want to see the game plan, what everyone is going to be up to. CaliTrolz back at the top lane farming. We'll see if Hauntzer's pushed against him or if Gravity make a play to knock down one more outer turret in the time between dragons.
The other interesting thing here is that also Dodo going with the Zhonya's for Morgana. The double Zhonya's team, since Gravity have so much AoE and since they have so much sustain, the Zhonya's kind of lose value against this Gravity squad, it feels like, because a small window of invulnerability won't inhibit Gravity too much. Quick move up top, though. Right now, they're looking to take turrets.
All right, it is out of the target. The AD carry there, the support and top laner as well, and the hook on a CaliTrolz Black Shield will keep him from getting flayed in, but the turret still will fall. Only in the corridor. Porpoise gonna pop right away. 1 for 0. Dodo also a casualty of war.
Man, that was nasty.
Yeah, and maplestreet about to get run over by Keane. I expect someone he'll use quite out of range of Sanguine Pool. The Q, the auto attack, and Keane gets his third. The team,
Holy moly, it looks like they want to take 2 off of it. Keane gonna stay mid though, so maybe they'll knock down the outer mid while they draw the defensive resources from teammate up to the top side here.
Uh-oh, Slooshi getting hit a whole bunch. Wow, that hook! Buddy FuFuu keeps making it happen.
This game went from 0 to 100 real fast, Phreak. Team Gravity taking over so quickly. And their confidence coming into this match already seems to be validated. They are crushing the mid game.
This game is accelerating at about 9.81 meters per second squared here. Gravity.
Oh, nice.
Crushing as best they can. 5 turrets taken in the past few minutes. Absolutely great play by these guys so far. And Team 8 have a lot of thinking to do. They have been killed 8 times in a row without answer. 5 turrets in a row without answer, and 3 dragons in a row as well. Mid-game certainly going Gravity's way.
And they leave Team 8 with no answers. They shoved all the lane. Okay, well, let's just take a look at Bunny FuFuu highlights once again. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even predict like the half claw take and then flash as well? And that's just like, Bunny, come on, man.
You know,
where's the counterplay?
It could be that he was aiming for CaliTrolz.
No.
We're gonna give it to him. But either way, Bunny. Yeah.
Very rarely,
that one.
Very rarely do we get single player chance in the North American LCS.
Yeah.
Bunny FuFuu definitely deserving of his own chance.
I absolutely agree. We've had the moan for balls a couple of times, but
yeah, balls, Huni are the 2 main ones that come to mind.
Yeah, that's good company to be in though. Bunny FuFuu really making a name for himself with a win right here. Will lock them in at 5th seed in the playoffs, no questions asked. Gravity with a win will fight Team Impulse in the quarterfinals of the North American LCS playoffs.
Yep. And see what kind of tiebreakers we will have to look forward to. Teammate, some more games to play.
Yeah. They beat Gravity here, or they beat Team Liquid at the end of the day, but that's the only chance that Teammate has of making their way into the playoffs. We heard Team Liquid say they're going to watch these games intently and say, man, just pick a really scary mid-game team fight comp, and all right, maybe we'll do a bit of that. Gravity certainly making this composition work very well, and we've actually seen them execute so many different styles successfully. They played a bunch of heavy assassins before. Vi Zed was the big combo. That was very good. They're doing this one now, just all AoE magic damage essentially. And Bunny is the entirety of the team's crowd control. So far, so good. I want to see what else Gravity has up their sleeves here.
All right, well, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
True.
Because they still do have a bit of control to do. You can see they've laid down plenty of wards. All they have to do is get ready for their 4th and 5th dragons to be able to make their final push. 4th dragon should be very easy. They've got full blue side jungle warded, plus the Nunu, so yeah, probably no contest here from Team 8. They will get a bit more desperate as we get closer to the number 5, and they'll have to make a play with their Sivir Gragas. But as of right now, all going according to plan for Team 8, save for the very early level 1 start, where they did not expect the reset there from Team 8 as far as the allocation of champions, bringing support immediately down to the opposite side of the map of the lane swap.
Yeah. Gravity looking very good here. So Dragon 4 is here, which means minions die real fast. The hook catches on a Slooshi. Will they do much for it? Looks like a fair bit. Ice Blast in the back half. They force the teleport out of CaliTrolz, but the minion wave is already dead. Teammate just playing reactionary now for the last 10 minutes in a row or so, and unable to really put their stamp on a Gravity. As Keane will go back to the top lane, clear a red buff, maybe a split push top. But pressure certainly still the situation as Gravity keeps good wards up.
Yeah, things just really spun out of control so quickly. You look at the team from Gravity and you're like, you know what? It actually shouldn't be too difficult for Team 8. They all itemized magic resist. They've got a Lissandra, they can just blow up Graves, right? No problem. However, they haven't given them any time to jump into that build. They're still trying to scrape together their items. Only just now people are completing their secondary items. They've now got the AoE magic resist aura, but Team Gravity have accrued such a huge lead and such a giant hold on the game with 4 dragons already taken. There's so much pressure for Team 8 to make a godly play to come back here.
Yeah.
They have to start getting a bit more desperate, and they're going to take bigger risks very soon in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
They took that big risk for Dragon 3 and it backfired pretty heavily. They went trying to get ward control. Hook came in onto Porpoise. They could have given that away, but they took the risk to defend him, try to re-engage. 2 more kills fell apart. They tried to fight for Dragon. That backfired as well. These risks have unfortunately not worked out. Gravity said Team 8 picks up random wins with loaded dice. These ones seem much more fair. And Team 8 unable to quite get the advantages they were hoping for. Now Baron ward control is here. Another hook on a Porpoise.
Go ahead and give Bunny FuFuu 1500 range.
Oh man, the explosive damage coming across Porpoise. Nearly gonna go down. Pops Locket, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Saintvicious gets the kill credit thanks to Absolute Zero, bringing his health down to the same number. Slooshi, Zhonya's ult, actually maybe some chances. 1 kill finally picked back up. CaliTrolz low, drinks up, and Hauntzer overextends, but he pops Zhonya's to stay alive. Cop picks one up. They're gonna trade it to maplestreet, and the Lantern keeps them all safe. It's a 5-for-1 for Gravity.
Cop flash healing into the base.
Why not?
To help out here. Let's see what he can pull off inside the
I like it.
Well deserved, my friend.
Very well deserved.
You actually have to give Bunny a full screen of safety, because if you come within the range of death sentence, it will land.
Yeah, for Bunny FuFuu, death sentences are literal.
And that's why I really do like Saint back on the Nunu.
Yeah.
I keep talking about it, but one of his favorite I mean, we just look at another Rumble Ultimate here, because crushes the entire team. But it's been one of his favorite champions for years. Provides a bunch of vision control so they can set up Bunny for these hooks. Oh, now we're all over the place. It's just Gravity murdering members of Team 8. Oh, that was where Cop got his first kill before he jumped into the base of Team 8. His first kill of that sequence. Excuse me, not of the game, of course. Just of that.
How did he get a heptakill? Wow.
Fight.
That's impressive. Cop, though, 2 minutes on Dragon. Baron buff, of course, already on the team for about the same duration.
And we also talked about, you know, how Team Liquid are watching this match to see what the loser will look like. Teams in the playoffs that have already secured their spots are also watching this match, or should be, to study the teams that are probably going to get in here, because Gravity are looking very, very scary right now. And even the teams at the top of the table need to be taking notes.
Sure. I mean, Gravity's going to play Impulse if they win here no matter what. Winner plays TSM. That's one side of the bracket. If Gravity wins right here, guaranteed. That's half of it right there. The rest still to be decided at the end of the day. But right now, it's definitely looking Gravity's way here. Up 10 kills, up 11,500 gold, and with Baron buff, they are sieging. They've already taken turret number 6 down. That was bot lane tier 2. Now the bot inhibitor is the focus, with a Baroned up minion cannon just slowly whittling away. Wow, man, again, Cop now legendary busted into the wall. The turret keeps losing health.
55 seconds left on Dragon number 5, but Gravity gonna take at least an inhibitor first, maybe just the game.
There's the push, pushing in on a Slooshi. Does survive the Hemo Plague, but it's enough to buy them the time to take down the inhibitor. 40 seconds to go on Dragon 5, 10 seconds on Dodo's respawn. Plenty of time for Gravity to heal and buy if they want to.
All right, what's the timer on Bunny's next death sentence that lands?
I'm gonna say...
It all depends on if you think that Team 8 are gonna rush for this Dragon 5, basically is the question.
The answer might be yes here. Looks like the Baron Empowered Recall's coming in first. I'm gonna say 22 minutes, 10 seconds.
What?
32 minutes, 10 seconds. Game time.
I was like, what, 22 minutes more?
Yeah, the next one we're gonna see is a replay back 10 minutes ago.
Here we go. I feel like it's gonna be sooner.
It's gonna miss, watch.
I feel like it's gonna be sooner.
Okay, just kidding, it's now!
It landed, I heard it, I heard it.
It landed. I meant 31 minutes, 20 seconds. I had the numbers backwards.
There you go.
I was dyslexic.
All right, well that will also be Dragon number 5, and Gravity surely gonna run into the base after this one.
Yeah.
Their own base, haha.
Gravity invading the blue side base, in they go onto the fountain. Wow, they're all there.
Beam me up, Scotty.
All right, one last shopping trip. And here we go.
Wow, I did not expect this game to be so decisive.
Yeah.
From Gravity. They've taken everything from Team 8. Only thing left on the menu?
Buffs, I guess.
Looks to be straight up the middle towards Nexus.
They're really making sure. They say, look, this buff lasts 3 minutes. Let's grab everything we possibly can, stack them all together, even Scuttler, just for fun.
Well, you know what's crazy? Vladimir didn't even complete the Spirit Visage because the game just went into overdrive so quickly. Just sitting on the early magic resist for laning phase with the cowl and the extra HP regeneration, but jumped into a full offensive build here. Deathcap into Luden's Echo Vladimir. He has really low cooldowns, plus the blue buff. He can continue to spam and to move while he's in pool. So interesting little combination here from Keane. Whether it's a result of the game being so one-sided and getting extremely fed, or if he planned on doing this the entire time, regardless, we'll see it on display here. It's going to be a massive amount of AoE from this Vladimir.
Yeah, well, they pull Hauntzer top lane. He was mid. Here comes the push in. Hook lands, 33-04, and the Zhonya's popped by Dodo. Already, Slooshi goes down without ulting. Dodo, the second casualty, cleanly. Saint tanks the turret. That's going to go down. Inhibitor number 2 in their sights, and the wave is already inside the base. Dancing around, flash hook comes in. Looks like that could have been a bit of a surrender here as they go in for Maple. That's the kill. CaliTrolz back to the Nexus fountain as well. Yeah, it's just a bunch of cleanup kills here. Gravity gonna win the game in strong fashion. 33.5 minutes in. Bunny FuFuu, 0-1-13 on Thresh, making the plays. Cop wants to leave his mark on the LCS. 12-0-4 for him. Congratulations, Gravity.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved.
Well deserved there for Gravity. And we see the reason they were so confident coming into this game. Great execution.
Alrighty, so there is going to be your number 5 team in the North American LCS playoffs.
Yep.
Gravity can go home saying, all right, guys, we made it. Looking pretty good for themselves. Now, Team 8, they have to steel themselves. They've got a game coming up against Team Liquid, and that could be only about an hour away. There's one more regularly scheduled match today, but they will be facing Team Liquid after that happens. And as everyone shakes hands with the audience.
Yeah, and we'll see if the old members of the squad of Kappa and Saintvicious are also able to make it. Take home some victories.
Yeah.
Because these old guys, they've definitely been around for a long time, but they came out today and proved that they still have what it takes.